I believe we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, I scheduled to post to go live. I was scheduled. Didn't seem to work. Did not seem to work at all. So, what are you guys up to this beautiful Thursday, not Saturday? I don't know why I said that last time. Hey, Mark. Mark 13. So, why it did not post or go live as scheduled, I do not know. I do not know. I don't know what you're saying, Andrea. Where is everybody? Just a second ago, there was. Yeah, I was scheduled to post or to go live 4 minutes ago, but it didn't. Camera didn't come on. I don't. It was the first time I had scheduled to go live, so I don't know what happened there. Hey, Goat Fitness, what up, John Peter? Hey, it's 163rd time. It's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that. Guys, got any good questions? Mandy Perez, I believe Mandy. She comes here every week. I like your haircut. I didn't get a haircut. Just got out of the shower. It's still wet. It's moist. How will Bonac do at the Olympia? Bonac? Huh. Bonac could win the Olympia. Bonac could be a realistic threat. Keep in mind, it was only 2020 that he defeated Big Ramy, the Arnold Classic. So if Ramy's off, they're going to be much more critical of Ramy, I believe, this year because of all the politics, things of that nature. Do you use conditioner? You mean to get in shape, to get conditioned? Use a treadmill to get conditioner. Use shampoo and then the shampoo part 2, whatever you do after. I mean, like, do you speak with such inflection? I didn't speak before Louis Marco. Nick Walker taking the O? I don't think so. I don't think so. No conditioner in your hair. I know, I was just joking. Ha ha. It's hard to hold this mug. It's hard to hold this mug without giving you guys the finger. So I'm sorry. See? Very difficult, you see. Come on, come on. Let's have some good questions. Make this episode fun, controversial at times. Young guy, American, good for the sport. Walker can win. It is okay. We forgive you. Yeah, Walker can win the Olympia, but there's too many factors. I don't think they're ready to place him ahead of the Brandon Currys there you got. And Bonac, if Bonac comes in all guns blazing, look out. Look out. Look out, Hunter Labrada. Look out, Nick Walker. Telling you. Hi, Mark. You think Brandon Curry got a shot if he comes in full and conditioned? Like at the Arnold 2018. You mean 2019? I believe Curry won in 2019, did he not? Hmm. I think it was Bonac won in 2018. Who is the worst Olympia ever? Worst version? I mean, Franco Columbu and Arnold brought some pretty harsh versions, but in their prime, they were great champions. So Chris Dickerson might be the least impressive, taking nothing away from his calves and his quads. Very impressive. Good afternoon, Mark. How's it going? Hey, Lewis Deaton. Will The Undertaker have a comeback to wrestling? The Undertaker? Let the man rest in peace. Dun, 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 dun. Do you think Ramy will be off this year? Last year, he was not a good year for him. If he doesn't win, he would be, what place would they put him? Second. Ramy will be in the last two. For sure. For sure. Unless he's really off. Then he could fall down. That would be weird. Have you ever competed in bodybuilding? Oh, yeah. I'm competing right today. Boom, boom. No, I've never competed. Stuck with the wrestling, I guess. Probably would have been better off being a bodybuilder than a wrestler. Maybe. Man, Nick will destroy Brandon this year. Nick is looking big. He's looking big. But did he look overwhelmingly huge at the New York Pro? Because I think that was his best version. He was impressive there. You think Nick Walker could beat Cordell? Cordell Walker? Isn't that Walker, Texas Ranger? Mark? Is that who that is? Chuck Norris? Hey man, do you still watch WWE? No. I don't watch the current product that they're putting out right now. Hey, I'm true to wrestling. I'll watch the old stuff. I watched SummerSlam 1996 just last night. The booking at that event, oh, I liked Shawn Michaels versus Vader though. Well, it's Vader time, 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 time. Have you ever used gear, Marks? No. Just train naturally. Why take gear if you're not competing? Wasting your money. Unless you're really that, want to be the cock of the walk, like roosters walking around. They want to be like the big rooster. Better off being a weasel. What's the other name normally used to describe gluteus? Bum. Badonkadonk. Badonkodonk. Badonkadonk. Big bum. Big bum. Big bum. Big bum. A young American will win. A young American will win. They're looking for the next Dorian-esque, but on social media. Dorian was not American. He was the British Bulldog. What are you talking about? Joe. Joe Mama. Nick looks, I'm just joking, Joe. Love you. Nick looks ridiculous at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't look too ridiculous next to Lunsford, did he? Hmm? Hmm? Where do you think Nick Walker will place this year? Third? Nick could get third. You got Hattie Shupin. As long as his shoulders are controlled, I think he could win it. Hattie Shupin could shock the world. You get Brandon Curry and Bonac. Bonac could take them all. You guys know that, right? How would you place Blessing and Shaban in this year's Mr. Olympia? I think obviously Blessing will get ahead of Shaban. Shaban's small. Shaban is small in height. In height. He's a very small man. So he could get dwarfed in the lineups. He's not what you would call a mass monster either. Shaban's not bad. I just don't think. What did you feel when Shawn Michaels did his promo in Canada back in 2005? It was harsh on the fans back then. What did he say? The Montreal fans? It's wrestling. I don't take it to heart. They could pretty much say anything. Whatever. It's wrestling. It's like watching a movie. You can't get offended by a bad guy. Do you know how bad this bad guy in James Bond was? That's so bad. That's so bad. Nobody says that. But when it happens in wrestling, it's the same people complain about that say, oh, it's all fake. It's all a show. But no, I didn't feel nothing. Didn't feel nothing. Will Charles Griffin or Blessing beat Ian this year? When's Ian competing? When is Ian competing? There's the Arnold Classic. What is it, UK coming up? You guys see that? I was going to make a video. Heady shoulders. Yeah, a little too obvious. The Arnold Classic UK, guys. Who's coming back? What's his name? The Frenchman. Oh, gosh darn it. Why can't I think of his name right now? Lionel Bayeki. Lionel Bayeki. He's coming back. He's going to compete in the Arnold UK. The UK. What do you think is a harder lifestyle, wrestling or bodybuilding? It varies so much. If you're genetically gifted in bodybuilding, obviously you're not pushing the gear as much. You're not stressing out as much. You're winning shows. So that's stress. You're financially set. It's pretty easy on those guys. But for the guys that don't have the good genetics, they're pushing the gear, they're pushing finances, they're screwing them up, everything. It's hard on the, body, everything. But then again, wrestling varies just as much. I mean, you got a guy, big muscle man, doesn't have to do much. You just stand around and not all of them. But then you got a guy like Mankind or Mick Foley, a little harder on the body, I would say, to be a wrestler. Ramy will lose because he's not a good Olympia rep unless his body is perfect. Perfect. Forgot that extra T there. Morgan Asti. Yeah, Morgan placed pretty low his last few outings, I do believe. Nick should practice his vacuum. Charles Griffin, he went from here to here just because he works on his vacuum and he works on his abs. Focus on the abs. Don't just say, I never had a good midsection, because he did not have a good midsection, did Charles Griffin. And Nick Walker could do the exact same thing. He's got good abs. Do that vacuum. You don't even need to do a vacuum. Just keep it sunk in. Do you think Derek Lunsford, do you think Derek's conditioning would improve if he doesn't need to drop? That could actually be a fact. You're depleted. If you're going to deplete, you know, your conditioning could be just as good, but you're not going to have that. And if you're able to be as big as you want, you have more pop, more wow. Plus that extra stress, like I said, that stress to the body, knowing that, coming headed towards the Olympia, if you're 220, you're a week away or whatever the weigh-ins. Well, I can lose 8 pounds easy. Well, can you? Sure you can. But anyway, long sleeves. Is it cold there again? It's not too warm today. Not too warm today, I can tell you that. I was gonna put the heat on. My girlfriend likes your voice. So does mine. So does mine. Do you think IFBB Pro cards are too easy to get nowadays? Depends on your show, depends on your division, right? Hey, if you wanna get a pro card easy, it's just gonna be more difficult to compete with the big boys once you get in there. Doesn't matter how easy it is to get a pro card in a sense. I mean, if you're placing dead last, some people get their pro cards, don't even compete, or wait a while to compete. That's what you should do. You think, I got my pro card, now I can. No, no, no. Your pro card is telling you now you got to work your butt off. Like a guy like Nick Walker didn't start to get started working. Love your humor. You literally crack me up every vid. Who has the best eyes in bodybuilding and the cutest smile? Gunter Schlierkamp. Gunter. Gunter Ken Waller had some nice eyes. Kenny. He stole my t-shirt. I get been pimped. Rolly Winkler can hit a vacuum. Yeah. I'd like to see Rolly retire. To be honest with you, Diane, I like the sport durations of your YouTube video. Oh, the short durations of your YouTube videos. Always straight and to the point. Kudos. I noticed you guys voted on no mug. It was close. It was mug was winning. Then it was 50-50. Then no mug prevails. So there will be no mug in my videos. I was just going to do it for the comparisons anyway. But hey, if you guys don't want mug, we will not have mug. Since Griffin has improved his bad abs with a vacuum, could Phil have the same if he practiced the vacuum? Phil has some tissue damage. You can see it plain as day. He's the type of guy that, you know, he kind of ignored it. Charles Griffin put some focus in on it. He realized, Phil's over 40. Leave the guy alone. You know what happens. Prune head. Come on. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Scotty. Loves all my stuff. Do you think pro bodybuilding is an unhealthy lifestyle? Let's just go around and follow some of these people that I see at the grocery store home. Let's follow these people's lifestyle under the microscope and see how long of them, how long they live, things of that nature. A lot of people live on healthy lifestyles. It goes with the territory. They're active, getting a lot of exercise. To be big is hard on your heart, period. So if it's fat, if it's muscle, your heart's still working extra hard, period. Some people are built, they're built to be that big naturally, so their hearts can handle more. Maybe some people can't. One cycle when you're young, come out when you're older. Especially if you have heart issues in your family, you know, bunch of gear don't help. But like I said, eating chips, eating potato chips is a bad lifestyle. Should injuries like Hunter's pec ball tear be penalized in placings? If it's that noticeable, depends on your pose. If you can see it, you can see it. If you can't, you can't. Back shots. Will the bigger story at the Olympia be Hattie versus Nick? It's just going to be like last year. We won't know till the day. There's 5 or 6 guys that could be vying for that title. You get Hunter in there, get Brandon. Hey, it could be a Brandon Curry, William Bonac matchup. Hattie bicep, a little suspect, as well as his shoulders. I think his shoulders are more suspect than anything. All the 10 of us are here. Apollo Creed. What do you mean, man? We held the greatest title in the whole world, Rock. Give me some old coffee there. He asked for coffee. His trainer was trying to warn him about Rocky. Better check this guy out. He means business. Yeah, I mean business too. Nick doesn't stand a chance against Hattie, man. Reasons back. The reason backs are important in bodybuilding is because there's such a possibility to extend and grow the back, and that the back is such mass and detail that great backs stand out. That, and you can lose from the front, lose from the side, and then put a guy down, and then turn around and have him then be the best in the lineup, and it's like, wow, that's impressive. Does Nick Walker have what it takes to break the Olympia record? How old is he? 30? Is he 29? 29, 30? Could do it. Could do it. Any open amateur to keep an eye on. A lot of them out there, man. A lot of them out there pushing every day. Every day. Did you hear that Dorian Yates and Charles Claremont shot Latoya Brown and her mother in St. Kitts so that Berto Fox wouldn't be remembered as a British bodybuilding great? Well, that's just nonsense, Troy. And that's not funny. That's not funny. It's not funny at all. That is not funny at all. Some jokes are just at a taste, right? Do you think facial attractiveness, apologize, has anything to do with bodybuilding results? I mean, I know it shouldn't. No, I don't think it does. In the men's anyway. A lot of the women bodybuilders are cute nowadays. You guys notice that? Maybe they do that in the female divisions. What do you think about Fabian Rabia moving to the open? Has he? You don't know till they put on some meat. Will William Bonac ever win an Olympia? If William Bonac does not, if he doesn't get into the question of, if he gets into that pack, that top two or three, if he gets in second place this year, he could win next year. Or if he doesn't, if he gets in like fourth, fifth, no, I don't think he'll ever win. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit thumbs up on the video. And I want to see the number go up. Come on. Come on. It's at 12, 13. Come on. Come on. Don't be shy. Hit that thumbs up. 16. There you go. There you go. And subscribe to the channel too, if you have not already. I don't ask that much. Nice sweater. My wife bought it for me. It's cozy. It's comfortable. It is the shirt of a serial killer for sure. For sure. Don't like to dress too flashy. Nick is 27. Wow. Young man, young buck. So he'd be 37. If he win 9. If he wins this year. What I mean is Berto Fox is innocent. Yeah. I thought he said they tried to kill him. He took the gun from them and shot them or something. He's not innocent. He's in prison right now. Where are you born? Were you born with a ponytail? A little one, yeah, Apollo Creed. Come on, man. Come on. You guys ever notice Apollo Creed was in Predator, the movie, too? Dylan! Or no, it was Dylan, you son of a bitch. Come on, Dutch. What impact does breast implants have in women's bodybuilding? None, really. To me. I can ignore it, or you can look at it. Hey, if you enjoy it, keep it to yourself. If you don't, well, don't watch it. Do you think Ramy will retain his title this year? Right now, the information that I have right now from Desktop Bodybuilding, Xavier Wills, Bodybuilding and BS, all them. Yes, I will say right now, yes, he will. However, if you guys give me a lot of thumbs ups there, I see. Thank you. However, by the Olympia, if this and that go on, if he doesn't look like he's in shape, he could lose. He doesn't have a tight grip on it. Is what I'm saying. He doesn't have a tight grip on it. But nobody else is holding it. So I mean, he has the tightest grip on it. Curry, he's got a hold of it. He's touching it. You know, he won it before. It's easier to give somebody 2 titles than to award somebody a new title, holder. How about Dexter 2009? How you asked me for that a long time ago. I predict that there will be 3 new competitors in the top 6 at the Olympia. Ian Valier, Jesse the Body Ventura was in Predator 2. He was Blaine. Ain't got time to bleed, he says. The son of a bitch is driven in there like a goddamn Alabama tick. Carl Weathers, one of my favorite actors. He was Action Jackson. Can you do a Rocky Balboa impression? I feel you do a good one. Hey, yo, Adrian, I'm going to Mars. I'm gonna fight the Martians. Adrian, it's me. You can't go to Mars. There's no oxygen on Mars. Oh, no, no. If there's no oxygen for me, there's no oxygen for him neither. Adrian! Please. Please. There. Stallone. Do you think had a better physique, Sly Stallone or Van Damme? Van Damme. Can you? Oh, what did that say? Steven Seagal? Does that say something about Steven Seagal? Weathers in Rocky 2 and 3 had ideal physique. I think 2 he was built very good. Part 4 he was jacked too. But part 2, if you have a good look at him in part 2, he was in shape. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What'd you say about Steven Seagal? I'm a cook. Just a cook. A lowly cook. I think you hate King Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, I despise the king. I love the king. Come on. Come on. What's your top 5 prediction this year for the Olympia? Ramy, Hattie, Curry, Bonac, Walker. I used to have calluses. I used to work for a living. And thanks to you guys, still do, but I don't work so hard. Who in the men's open lineup has shown they wanted to win the Mr. Olympia more than anyone? Nick Walker. Nick Walker, with beyond the shadow of a doubt. What do you think of bikini women who don't have the How do you know that? Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Who I reckon that if Ramy comes in the same I reckon that Ramy comes in the same as last year, he won't win, but I think he will come in better. Yeah, if he's training less. Who said, "Can you do Steven Seagal impression?" Oh, I'm a cook. See, I did one. Just a lowly cook. Is there any teenage girls around? 19. That's too old. Who's the next 212? Me and my brother always argue who would win between Van Damme and Seagal. He actually thinks Seagal would win. No. No, no, no. Van Damme would two-step on him, ballet style. Wada! I asked you, can you do Steven Seagal? Oh, okay. Okay, Mark. Did I do an okay job? Do you think 212 champs can Clarita come back? Hard to say. I like to see Clarita retain. I'd like to see him get into the keep of that 212 and Derek Lunsford leave him alone and go into the open. El Garne. El Garne. Look out for him too, even in the open. Top 5, Ramy, Curry, Walker, Dota. Wow. Did you hear Nick Walker's recent personal story? I have even more respect for him now. What did he do? Feed a bum? Do you think muscle maturity is real? Well, yeah. What do you think? Of course. You get more detail. Of course. That is a good question. Some people have that genetic, the lines, everything. It looks like they have muscle maturity. So is it real? I don't know. I don't know. I suspect it's just skin, maturity, skin, thin skin, and gets less elastic as you age. Hugs and yeah, it definitely your condition. Because some guys, like a Steve Kuklo, he does certain shots, and I mean, you don't see that word muscle maturity. Combination of things. Seagal hates Jean Claude Van Damme for some reason. Good question, by the way. Muscle maturity. Is it real? Could be a myth. Stevens go, yeah. It's because he's jealous of him. Because Seagal can't really kick butt like he can do in the movies. And no, Van Damme can't either. He can kick some butt. Yeah. You're a legend, Adam. Yeah, that was Adam's. I watch his channel. I watch his channel. Maybe you have said before, but what are your opinions on natural bodybuilding competitions? I've heard there's some people think the expectations for leanness are too high. I think that you should be able to compete in natural bodybuilding to even put yourself under the microscope of if you can or cannot compete in bodybuilding. Because if you're all juiced up, you're going to beat some guys that are so superior to you genetically, but then you're going to continue to try to up the ante. Meanwhile, these genetically superior dudes that started natural are an upward, you know. So it's like you should know if you have it naturally, then get on the stuff. Ramy looks like a fridge. Nothing happens when he poses compared to Kai Greene, for instance. Yeah, I added that, for instance. James Big Strong says, who do you think, that's James' voice, who do you think has the most genetic potential of any bodybuilder? Outside of the obvious picks such as Ronnie or Phil. Guys who, if they come in 100% natural, could rival. Who would be the best natural? Besides Ronnie and Phil? Lee Haney or Sergio Oliva? I think. I think they would look more resembling their peak physiques than anybody else. If you took all the stuff away from them, everybody, a lot of them wouldn't resemble themselves. But Lee Haney, I think, Sergio Oliva, they would look close. I'm not saying they would be able to do what they did, but they would look close. What did Nick say? You guys hear about what's his name there? Callum von Molger? He got into more trouble. He got out of the hospital and he crashed his car again. Are beavers still furry in Canada? Asking for a friend. Some of them. If you could pick one guy to win the Olympia, who would it be? It doesn't have to be based on who looks the best. I mentioned this before, that I would love to see William Bonac win that title. I would cry. I would cry a tear. You get tear ducts on each side. You can see them. I would cry. They're my pain waters. Can we get a peeled? Adam Ragusi. Go look at his channel. He's got a good channel. And that was a peeled requested from Adam. I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry, man. My last name's very difficult to say, too. It's not actually muscle. I said rival, not natural. Oh. Sorry, James. Sorry. But that's okay. Nick said on Hemi Runner that he was... Oh, that's terrible. It's terrible. It's not that type of channel, but that's terrible. No, I don't live in Antarctica. Legend has it that I am from Fairbanks, Alaska. Nuttier than a bag of hammers. Yeah, Fairbanks, Alaska. It's like some of his ex-girlfriends did a spell on Callum. Callum had too much, too quick. As far as finances are concerned, he was making too much. There was bodybuilders that were up and coming alongside with him that were struggling financially, and he was, just coining it off, movies, this and that and the other thing. I'm sure he didn't make millions off that movie. You know what I'm saying, guys? He was doing all right compared to some of these bodybuilders. And then, I see it often. I grew up with kids that were spoiled. Not good to spoil your children, ladies and gentlemen. They grow up very shallow and depressed, very depressed. Have you done a greatest genetics video? No, I have not. That's a good idea, goats. Have you seen more chest dominant bodybuilders? Villain from Bloodsport, etc. Ridiculous pectorals. Boom, boom, boom. Bolo Young. I think they used to focus. It's about focus. It's about focus. He used to focus on that big chest. Arnold would think about that chest in the middle of the night. He would try each and every workout under the sun, whether it worked or didn't. He would find out if it worked. I assume your last name is pronounced Muscle. It's Hodgson, not Hodgins, not Hudgy, Hodger. It's Hodgson. If you rearrange my letters, Mark Hodgson, you can spell the words good arms. Good arms. And spell that out of my name. Fun fact. Marx, do you know about Bill C11? Bill Cosby? Is that who you're talking about? Bill Cosby? The Jello pudding, perhaps. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Could C-Bomb be dethroned this year? Is Horace MD competing at the Olympia? Pink Power Ranger was Callum's girlfriend before. Really? Not the yellow one? I just think she was cute. I just think both of them were cute, I think. All of them but the guys. I didn't think they were very handsome. Best calves ever? I like to throw out one name to give somebody the spotlight. You could pick many names. But we're going to go with today, we will go with Mike Matarazzo. Best calves of all time. Here you go, Mike. There you go, buddy boy. Cool poser. What holder is on that cup that you drink from? It's a pair of scissors. Cut my hair. Let's hear your bullwhips. Not these. A good one. Derek Lunsford's genetics are definitely some of the best. Yeah, for a short guy. But I mean, if you're going to put all the genetics beside each other, I think a nice 5'10" guy would be the best. Oh, you're BC. You guys are going fast now. To Bill, passing or controlling. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I love your channel, but it triggers me that you look like uh Dial. How can you love bodybuilding so much and not look like a bodybuilder? Even if natty, you could still get somewhat big. I'm in my 40s. Leave me alone. What do you look like? Huh? You can like a sport without, I like bikini competitions. I sure don't look good in a thong. Well, maybe I do, but that's besides the point. Ramon Dino can dethrone Sebum. Now he can't. Now he can't. Great bicep genetics, tricep genetics. I'm fast. Do you think Samson Dota will be Mr. O at some point? Yeah, yeah, he could, Yates off-season calves were comically huge. Yeah, they were. They were. So were his on-season ones were very detailed. Very detailed. I suggest you either look at More Plates, More Dates vids or Greg's vids. They explain it very well. Yeah. What do you think about calves being overlooked? I think it's a terrible state of affairs. I think it's a terrible state of affairs. Chris Cormier, Elite Genetics, yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm evil person. It's okay. Do you expect more unexpected dead body builders this year? People dropping like flies all over the place, aren't they? Not just bodybuilders. Your voice is very sexy. Sean Connery had a sexy voice too. I'm out of shape too, and I also love bodybuilding. Yeah. 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 And furthermore, I'll throw down right now whoever said that comment. Right now, see who's in shape. Go stand in a lineup. My hamstrings are in. Yeah. Couple of back shots here. We'll see who looks and doesn't look like a bodybuilder. Tell me. Flexes calves. Flex who? Flex Lewis? He had huge, big termite sacks. Hi, Marx Max Muscle. We need a action figure. Action figures. I got one over here. What you gonna do, brother? When Hulk Hogan runs wild on you. Yeah. I also hate bubble guts. I share your hate. Mark 13, I'm not wrong. It's not controlling what you will upload, but how the videos will be pushed. Wheeler. Okay, you could be right. You guys talking to each other. You talk to me. You got a question, you ask me. Just joking. You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Who is going to censor what appears on Canadian? Yeah, well, I don't swear. Keep it clean. Did Synthel in Flex Wheeler's calves lead to amputations? Is that safe? I'd suggest Ramy, Brandon Curry, Hattie all start juicing the calves because, yeah, I think some things can happen and nobody wants to bring it up. Like Dexter the Blade Jackson in 1999, I believe it was. He had huge calves. Did you guys ever see that? I'd buy a Marx Max muscle action figure. Could make it at a wire. With my thin arms, I could make it at a wire. Should judging be more focused on scoring, posing critically? Well, I think it is. You know, bad posers generally place low, right? Not posing routines, but holding poses. If you're not opening up, like the big guy come right up with his arm. Who do you think want to compete in Masters Olympia and would win it? That'd be a good question. Do you feel the pre-contest hype distorts influence on the judges to award the most hyped contestant? I don't think they pay attention to it, to be honest. Who you got, Terrence Ruffin or classic physique Keon Pearson? Terrence Ruffin. I believe I did that comparison at one point in time. Judges should judge arms and calves more and stop with the X-frame thing. Arnold would. Arnold had wide waist and looked amazing. Calves and arms should be proportionate, and they just don't seem to be. Are you a voice actor? I could do cartoons. I could do Homer Simpson if I needed to. Marx, greetings from Peru. Ooh, Peru, South America. There is a lot of ancient technologies displayed in Peru. Am I right? 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 I believe I am. I would make an action figure battle. Marx Max Muscle versus Louis Marco. And vegan gains. Do it. Come on, do it now. Do I believe that Nick Walker lost to Hunter Labrada last year, the Olympia? Yeah, I seen it. I watched it. He lost to him. He placed low. Of course, I think Nick should have won. I've only seen Dexter with below Olympia standard calves. No, look at him. Look at him in 99, I think it is. He had something in there. Something was going on. One of those years, anyway. One of those years. Does certain race have an advantage of certain body parts in bodybuilding? With today's training methods and techniques, I don't think so. I don't think so. Some people are born with big calves, some people are born with small calves, whether they're, white, black, red, yellow, purple. I've seen purple people. They're cannibals. They're purple people eaters. But I would say your Stewie impression is awesome. Yeah, I can do Stewie by times. Sorry if you answered already. Oh, sorry. I didn't see your question. Will you feature competitions outside of North America? Yes. Why Louis Marco hate Nick and strength? Maybe he's jealous of him. I don't know. What made you start doing the impressions? I've always done impressions. Always done impressions. Somebody talks, I'm like a mockingbird. Do you think Billy Graham, the wrestler, or do you know Billy Graham? I know of him. He lifted T-bone. He lifted barbell plates. He ate T-bone steaks. He was sweeter than a German chocolate cake. It's the ladies' pet, the men's regret, number one selection, reflection of perfection. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Nobody's sweet and as powerful as me. That's superstar. Just suppose there was a fill that would make you win the Olympia, but you would not stay alive. What many people think would take it. They asked a bunch of Olympians going into the Olympics if you could take this drug and win, you're going to die in 5 years. Surprisingly, a large percentage of them said they would take it to win that gold medal. Who is Purple Bodybuilder? Um, Don Ross. Oh. Who is going to win the Puerto Rico Pro? Who's in the Puerto Rico Pro? You are funny. Loved your workout video. Sore as hell. Thank you. West African men have great insertions on everything except calves. Northern European men are wide and incredible incredible muscularity. There's an adage in bodybuilding. Yeah, I don't buy that. Chris Dickerson, he had huge calves. So did Berto Fox. So did Berto Fox. So did Paul Dillette. So did Kai Greene. So did Phil Heath. So does Quint Beastwood. I mean, those examples right there should tell you something. Do your seller voiced. Buy it today. Today's episode is brought to you by coffee. Caffeine's a drug, you know. Have you made a comparison? Sung Chu Lee. He was 2021. His midsection was a little bit iffy, if you ask me. Probably did get ripped off. Ifbb should make mandatory poses uniformed. Side tricep and abs and thigh is now mixed. Yeah, so is the most muscular, though. Makes it interesting, doesn't it? How many fights did you win? Real fights? Maybe four or five fights I've won in my life. Haven't been in too many fights. A few. Been in some. Been beat up. Not the toughest guy, obviously. Who had the better back, Lee Haney or Kai Greene? So different genetics, so different time. I think Lee Haney's back wasn't as conditioned as a lot of the guys, but it was so thick and so raw that Lee Haney might have had the best. How much does Valier pay for those placings? I'm thinking at least 100 grand per show. No, he'd be broke. Probably just like 10 grand or something. Yeah, Marx Max Muscle workout vids were legit, all about them push-ups and normal for normal humans. Thank you. I would like to post more of the workout videos, but kind of lose subscribers a lot of the times. It's kind of depressing. You can see if you lose subscribers for a video. Do you think Berto Fox should have won the 83 Olympia? Geez, that's several times you guys have talked about Berto Fox. I think he looked really good in 82 as well. He was overlooked. 83, he should have placed higher. I agree completely that the gift and Jurassic, among others, had great calves, but it's fairly good characterizations. Come on. Yeah, along with a lot of other names. A lot of other names. Ian Valier, Dennis Wolf. A lot of them the other way, too. Best Olympia title year for Ronnie. That'll be the great debate. It's going to be the great debate. 98, 99, 2003. Those three will remain as the greatest Ronnie Coleman versions of the Olympia. Nick or Hattie? Hattie's too tight. Hattie's he's big, bigger than people think. He never gets off season, so he's gonna be just peeled, diced. Do you think everyone will ever? Do you think anyone will ever compete bodybuilding and become bodybuilt? What's that mean? Have you watched Mark Plummer? What do you think of him? No, I haven't. Why are you relaxed? Why are the relaxed poses not relaxed? IFBB needs to make these guys actually relax. Yeah, they're so pumped. You cannot be relaxed. Their guts stick out when they're relaxed. Have you ever thought to start maybe Odyssey channel as well? It's a great platform. Maybe. Why are you relaxed poses? Why are the relaxed poses? You already said that. Italian. Casey Viator should have won the Olympia in 82. I think they focused on the posing routines more, and Dickerson had a good routine. What did he get? Third? Casey? Did he get third? I think he got third. Casey Viator was awesome. When got you interested in bodybuilding? What got me interested or when? I watched Pumping Iron when I was just a kid. My grandfather, he was going around flexing all the time too. He had good big traps on him. He worked out back in the 1930s or something. Way back when. Way back when. Berto Fox had unreal before his time muscularity. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. That video I just did too. That Casey guy. Casey Katurikuk. He was impressive. Can you make a Lee Haney impression? Can't really do his voice. Just a big vocal cord that he has. Oh, baby. Shirley, Shirley. Come look at this. Shirley. I was thinking Horse MD is going to be the next breakout star, but after I see him lose weight, he looks so soft, and waist is so wide. No. Come on. Do I like Metallica? Don't forget my son to include everyone. Yeah, Metallica's okay. Dream physique? Mm. Sadik Sosavik. How do you say his name? I'd like to have that physique to walk around in. Sadak. Berto Fox didn't have much of a shoulder to waist taper. He was blocky. Well, I mean, you go up and down the roster, and you're gonna find good and bad points. Berto Fox had some good points about him. No, Lee Haney didn't really have a distinctive voice. Be like saying to somebody, "Do Marx Max Muscle's voice." What are you gonna do? You gonna sound like this? You're gonna sound like this.
I'm gonna do Marge Simpson. Come on, homie. We're supposed to be looking for Santa's little helper.
Have you seen my dog? Give me the ticket. Do you think Ramy isn't training, sleeping on his Mr. Olympia? I think this year will be a new Mr. Olympia, Hattie or Nick. Am I right? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Well, maybe Hattie. I don't think Nick's going to take it. I do not think Nick's going to take it this year. I think he will get in because the judges obviously they put him down to 5th last year for a reason. They want him to really come in big. come in conditioned, peeled, so peeled. Blessing, Samson, Brandon will be in the top 7. Oh, Brandale. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe top 10. You could say all of them will be in the top 10. There's a few other names there that you. Will Nathan Diasha make it in? A lot of names there. Where will Charles Griffin place amongst those aesthetic creatures? Is that picture of you on your channel? Doing the flex? Yeah, that was me. When I was in my 30s. I was in good shape that day. Did Casey Kirachuk compete against Koch? I think so. I think so. They would have competed. Oh, I think maybe he was competing for the Naba amateur, and Koch was probably competing for the pro, is probably what happened. But those two would have been a fantastic matchup. That Casey guy was incredible. Have a look at that video, guys. He was good bodybuilder, my soul. How can Nick beat Hattie? Well, I don't think he can. That's just it. If he gets a good front lat spread and a good rear lat spread, then maybe. Hunter can win this year. No, he can't. Yeah. He actually took 4th last year, so you don't know. You don't know. Brandeo's nose will place top 5, though. Yeah. I got a big schnoz myself. Hunter win. Yeah. That's a good one. This Olympia will have one of the longest lineups. 15 bodybuilders are already qualified, and there are more 12 to 13 qualification shows. Yeah, but some people that are already qualified can do those shows too. Justin Rodriguez, he's winning in points, so he's going to be going to the Olympia. So there's 16. There's be some qualifiers. Like I said last week, 2002, 25 competitors. It's the most competitors ever. What's your favorite bodybuilding rivalry? Probably Coleman and Jay. Was cool. I like Kai and Phil, but I mean, there was no real ending to it. Kai left when he was still competitive. Phil lost it eventually, but Kai wasn't there and he was in shape on social media. Kind of stupid. How high do you think Edward Koch could have placed at the Olympia if he competed during the Naba reign? I mean, nobody was going to beat Lee. But Koch could have got into that 2nd place, and he did go over to the IFBB. Koch. Actually, I think he started there. He competed in 87, 88 at the Olympia, placed relatively low. They like to do that. I forgot about Diasha. Valier will be lucky to make the top 10 at the Olympia. Yeah, you got that right. Guys like Diasha hanging around that nobody are even talking about. Hadi being from Iran is not speaking English will unfortunately hold him back. Well, look at Ram Ram. People were saying the same thing about Ram Ram. How many Egyptians placed 2nd at the Olympia? Muhammad Makaway placed 2nd at the Olympia. He was an Egyptian. Figured it held him back. Nasser El Sambadi, 1997, placed 2nd. Big Ramy, 2017, 2nd. They figured, okay, but then they let Ramy win. So that's kind of written off the table. Just popping in to say hi, it's nap time. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good one. Thank you, Body Beatdown. Love from Bangladesh. Thank you. Love from Canada. Marx, I'm not kidding at all. If you get on PEDs, I would bigger. Oh. This guy keeps, John, stop that. I'm going to block you, John Hussein. Don't make a mockery of my chat log. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, please hit thumbs up on the video. It helps. It helps greatly. I'd like to see that 45. I see a 45. I would like to see that at least at around 54. 54 thumbs ups. What do you guys think? You guys can provide that service for me? Which type of body you like in bodybuilding, aesthetic or more mass monster? The combination of the two, of course. Combination of the two. It's bodybuilding. Steve Akeem. Justin, Steve, is Akeem qualified? No. Son Mustafa, he's competing. The UK. Quinton. Many more. Angel Calderon, yeah. And Sean are on the list too, yeah. Is Angel qualified for 212? I know Clarita is. 212 and open. He's former 212 champ, so he's qualified for life. For life. Do I think classy? No. 54! That's what I wanted. 54 thumbs ups. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel too, if you have not already. I'd like to get up to 100,000 subscribers and then beyond. How many Jay Cutler titles if Ronnie didn't exist? Holy cow. The most. Jay Cutler would have won the most. By far. By far. Of course, I think a guy that could have possibly won the most, if it hadn't have been for a couple of things, would have been Kevin Levrone. Placing second in what, 2000 or 1992 and in 2002. So right there, placing second for that many years. Kevin Levrone could have won the most amount of titles. Favorite short bodybuilder of all time? Padilla is incredible. Incredible. I like Franco Colombo, 70s Franco. I don't want to get into the 80s Franco, but I loved the 70s Franco. I want to hear Arnold's voice. We can't just, pop into Arnold's voice and start, explaining something. You have to do like a line or something, like, get down, come on. But that is not the real Arnold impression. You have to say, I have to go to the washroom. This man lacks calves, What time of year is your favorite? Winter. Christmas is coming. Oh, presents. Presents. No? Yeah. My live feed lands on Christmas this year. You guys will be in for a treat. Christmas. Presents. Yes, he is. Angel was top 5 last year. Oh, no, he wasn't. Was Angel Calderon top 5 last year in the 212? You sure? Kamel Algarnig a third, and yeah. Could be right. Could be right. You're coming to Canada this year as a student. University of Toronto. Want to meet with you. Yeah, I'll be right up there. I'm a long way from Toronto. Would Big Ramy defeat Big Ramy? No, Big Ramy would not defeat Ronnie Coleman. Definitely not. Thank you, Paul. Where do you think this year's Mr. Olympia Sadek will place at the men's physique? I don't know. He didn't do very good in his last competition. What did he get? Third or fourth? He got first rate before that. Will Martin Fitzwater be a contender in the future? Absolutely. I love Martin Fitzwater's physique. He is incredible. Incredible. See the size of the wheels on him? From behind, Martin Fitzwater's legs are incredible. I'd do a line with Arnold. I know what you're talking about, you little pixie dust. You want some pixie dust? You do it. You do it all up now. Muhammad McAway is my favorite short bodybuilder. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Padilla. I like Padilla. Padilla. I am coming to. Yeah, you already told me that. Oh, come on. Quit making a mockery out of my live chat log, Johnny Hussein. I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you, I threaten. I'm going to write his name down and underline it. Keep an eye on him. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we are over an hour. How come you did not say anything? Yes, you didn't say who you want to win the Masters Olympia. Phil Heath? Phil Heath. Don't let anybody have any more Sandows, Phil. Take that Sandow. Phil Heath. I don't think Dexter Jackson will compete in the Masters. I think he's done. Martin was becoming more popular until he told Nick that he wants him to die. Oh, would you stop it? Blacklisted is really making Bangladesh look bad. Yeah. Making the entire state look bad. State of Bangladesh, I think. I don't know. City? Clarita will do open. Should he do open? Nah, I don't think so. I think he should do 212. Maybe he should do classic. Should Sean Clarita go to classic physique? It's not that heavy, even for his height. Raphael, Samson, Blessing, who win is more. I think the victory would go back and forth. I honestly think Samson Dota might be the strongest out of all those guys. Lee Priest, who cares about glutes, mate? You call that a knife? You call that a knife? That's a knife. Imagine coming up to somebody. Give me everything you got. Give me everything. Couldn't even cut anybody with that. I want Branch Warren. Can you give a shout out to my mentor? Christopher Overholt. Christopher Overholt is one of the greatest mentors that ever lived. Brian Fitness thanks you. How's that, Brian? And how's that, Christopher? Maybe a midget. Mark, please say, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Ding, 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 ding. How's that? Bruce Buffer like? Michael Buffer? Mr. Kennedy. Not a fan. Anyway, guys, girls, we are 13 minutes over. Overture. You can't say that. They can be sure you for it seriously. Oh. They can sue you. Can't say that. What, the buffer? Yates to C-bomb. C-bomb loses every time. Not every time. Not Yates fresh out of prison. Who's the toughest? Who's the tougher buffer? Rick Rude impression? You got it, Mooney. You got it, Gene. He kind of sounds like Jesse, the Body Ventura. You got it, Mooney. Gene. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Who's your favorite pro wrestler? What you talking about, brother? I'm Hulkster. Macho Man, not the Hulkster. Macho Man. Brian Belzano, 212 competitor? Too smooth. Monsoon. I'll answer this question, then I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Which bodybuilder do you think would win in a street fight and why? Dennis Tinerino. Dennis Tinerino would kick anybody's butt. Anybody. Or Wesley Vissers. He's tough too. Very difficult, very rangy. Guys, Dennis Tinerino, he can fight. I'm telling you right now. Flex Wheeler fought off multiple. Yeah. So did Shawn Michaels. One guy beat him up. Anyway, guys, Kai Greene would be tough too. You got to think tall, rangy, Lou Ferrigno type physiques would be very difficult to beat. Somebody 6'1" or 2, around the 220-pound mark, be your ultimate fighter. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Please help support the channel and hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Please subscribe. I beg of you. I beg of you. I have 7 children to feed. All right, I got 1 cat to feed, but anyway, he eats a lot. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping in, and I will see you next Thursday. Peace.